go. Here we go.
All right, everyone. You know the routine. What's the routine? I don't even know the routine.
We're about to teach everybody how to get a house.
Oh, that's what we're doing.
In 2024.
I had a long weekend, man. Go easy.
Whether or not interest rates are good, whether or not you should be buying right now, how to fix your credit. He's a licensed loan officer. I am also a licensed loan officer. And we are going to teach you how to get that house in 2024. That's the gig. That's what we're about to do. So, we're waiting for people to show up. We're on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. And once we start rolling, we will take all of your questions. We will tell you whether or not it's a good idea to buy a house. Whether or not the interest rates apply to you. Right now, they're up a little bit. Are they up? Yeah, a little bit. Right now, if you went to the New American Funding website, you would see that today's 15-year rate, we're muted again. Thank you, Colin Tech.
Dude, you've been talking for a whole minute.
Dude.
A whole
Mammy
minute.
Zero kicked in, KK kicked in, Colin Tech kicked in. We've been muted. I appreciate you bringing that up. There was some good stuff that I just dropped. I'm never going to cover it again.
It was the lotto numbers, right?
The lotto numbers
We're
for
at
tomorrow.
Like 800 million. We're almost at $1 billion again.
Is this California or nationwide?
I think it's Powerball, so it's a few different states.
Is it? Okay. So we're going to teach you whether or not you should be buying a house. What's going on with the market. What's going on with the Federal Reserve. How do you get in with zero down? Zero down. How can I get my credit score all the way up? What do I do? I don't know. We're going to cover it.
I don't know either.
So, KK sending us flowers. What's up, KK? Always great to see you. Sometimes when I go through the comments, I see KK, and it just makes me smile. Good to see you. Tasha can hear us. We appreciate you. If you've got questions on how to buy that house, whether or not interest rates are good for you right now, what's going on with the market, what the Fed is going to do, how the markets are responding. By the way, anybody in here invested in the stock market? Oh, my God. It's screaming. It is screaming. Screaming. It's higher than it's ever been. Broke record highs in the last couple of days.
It's because of Biden.
I don't think so. Can I get a mobile home with only 10K? You answer that.
Okay, so if you guys also want to get your application started, remember, go to the link in the bio, click on apply for a home loan now, and you can get started with, while we're here live, you can get started. Anyway, having a question, how do I get a mobile home with only 10K? So here's the good news. The good news is we finance manufactured homes, not mobile homes, but manufactured. Mobile means that it's mobile in the word. It has wheels and a hitch, and you can drag it all over the country. If it's manufactured and connected to the earth via a mechanism called permanent foundation, then yes, you can finance it real estate because it's connected to the earth and it's real estate. So 10K, you need to buy a house that's less than 300 or less because FHA is 3.5% down. And we can finance a $300,000 manufactured home, buying the property with the permanent foundation. Yes, we can make that happen. So easy. We do it all the time. So trolling carnage, make sure you go in the link in the bio, click apply for a home loan now, and get your process started. KK, so good to see you. All right, so good to see you, KK. We can't see you, but your words, we love them. We love the words.
So what do we got? So listen, this guy right here, his name is Jerome Powell, okay? And he's the one who controls the Federal Reserve. He is elected? No, he's not elected. He is appointed and then approved by Congress. He's appointed by the president and approved by Congress. This guy he's the chairman of the Federal Reserve, doesn't run it. There are technically 12 Federal Reserve board members. And these guys decide what's happening with their economy. Why is that important? Because if our economy goes down, the world kind of goes down with it. The global backbone is the dollar. No question. Check the count. There is the global backbone. The dollar is the global backbone. This guy has a lot of power. Not a little bit of power, a lot of power. I would like to say this guy has more power than this guy. And in fact, if they fought right now, it would look like this. He wins.
Nah.
You don't think so?
Biden's tough, man. You haven't seen him ride a bike?
No.
Have you seen him walk?
Have you seen
him go upstairs?
According to, if you listen to the reports, Biden walks over to the border. He's like, hey, That wall ain't gonna stop nobody. Watch me. And he scales it. And then he jumps into the Rio Grande.
Swims in.
Comes out holding a fish in his mouth.
What about the
takes
crocodile?
his shirt off and then punches a crocodile.
Punches a crocodile.
And then it strolls to the
and
side.
makes some boots. Right there. Mizani, how is DTI calculated? It's going to be my second rental property.
Good question. You take that.
Okay, the same way as the first one.
Wow.
It doesn't change anything. The difference is that we're going to factor in your current mortgage, add another one, add all your debts. It's the 45 solid back end. Because you're going for a second home, it's a 45 back end. So 45% of your total income is used with both mortgages, your car payments, your credit card payments, everything. So it's not any difference. The only one thing that's going to be different buying your second home is reserves. So what does that mean? What is reserves? Okay.
Reserves means you have to be able to make the mortgage payment. Yeah, you know what? You ask somebody.
Okay,
what do you think they're going to talk?
What are reserves, Lee?
So, if you lost your job and do you have enough money to make the payment? That's a reserve for each unit. So if you've got multiple units, you need the reserve to make it for all the units. Let's say you have 3 units and each one is $3,000 a month. You need $9,000 for every month reserve required. Well, if it's 6 months, well then 6 times 9 is
72, 63, 81.
Somebody help this guy out. You need that much 56. Money. Cool. My name is Blair.
Hi, Blair.
Builder07. Builder07, Blair. You're starting out with saying you're a builder, and then I'm Blair. Cool. I'm looking to purchase an income-producing property. I'm approved for $500K.
Sweet.
Cool. Let's make it happen, Blair.
Yeah, let's get you a house, man. Here's the good news, guys. Is we have a national platform.
Yeah.
National. So what that means is we can hook you up with the best agents across the nation. Seriously. Builder07, if you need that, then let's do it. It's worth 1.3. So, I don't know what that means.
Me neither. Well, he says, my name is Blair. I'm looking to purchase an income-producing property. I'm approved for $500K. It's worth 1.3.
Are you
so
a bot?
I think he is looking for the ability to purchase a $1.3 million house, and he's approved for $500K. This is most borrowers in the country. They want to buy $1 million house, and they're qualified for $500,000.
Exactly.
Yes, that's it exactly.
Exactly.
Oh, that's easy. Oh, dude, you're gonna like this. You're gonna like this because the answer is right here. All you have to do is ask. It's very simple. If you're approved for $500,000 and you want to buy a $1.3 million, you heard it here first, and this will work. There's no question. It's easy. Very easy. I want you to pay attention.
Dude, I'm on the edge of my seat.
Because $1.3 million and you're qualified for a $500,000 loan, cakewalk. You put down $800,000 and then use the $500,000 loan. And you are able to buy a $1.3 million property like that.
That was in front of us this whole time?
Dude, I didn't.
How come we couldn't see it?
I don't know, dude. I don't know.
User 6139. Is it better to pay a 10K car loan or use that 10K for down payment? 155K income, 1K a month in debt. That's a good file.
You go.
It's a beautiful file.
You go.
I'm going to say, go through us. Let's get pre-qualified. Let's see the smartest way to use that money to your file. We can give you ideas. You already have the ideas, but what's going to be better is the math once we put it all out for you. So here's what I'm going to recommend. User 6131 is go to the link in the bio, click on apply now. Apply now. We'll start the process. We'll figure out how to use that 10K and what's the best. Because you can go down payment, you can buy down the rate, you can pay down debt, you can keep that money in your bank account. There's a lot of different things. We'll teach you the best.
So we appreciate you on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. We're here for you. Hey guys, the $1 million question.
Oh, 1 million.
I lost it. Let's get it.
Let's get it. There it is.
Okay. The $1 million question. Stevia Lopez Otu. Lopezo 2. Hey guys, $1 million question. In the next 4 years, it's going to go back down to 3%. Stevio Lopez. If you go to the chairman of the Federal Reserve website, it's not even brain surgery, just the Federal Reserve website, the FOMC website, and you say, okay, what are the forecasts for calendar year 24? They'll tell you, we anticipate 3 interest rate reductions. Okay, cool. Then you'll say, what is the forecast for 25? And they'll say, oh, we anticipate 5 interest rate reductions. What? 3 and 5. And then what are the projections for 26? And they'll say, we anticipate 3 interest rate reductions. And at that point, we should have control over the economy and inflation should be at 2%. What? 2%. Now, if you just do some basic math, you go, okay, cool. They cut by 25 basis points. And if you math that all the way down, we're in the 4s. We're in the 4s at par. Now, if we're in the 4s at par, that means you have the ability to buy down to the 3s. I don't think we will organically get to the 3s unless we hit a black swan event. I do believe we'll get organically to the 4s, and I don't just believe it because I look at shamrocks and I go, oh my God, this is going to be a lucky day. That's not why I believe it. I believe it because I watch the economy. I know what's going on with quantitative tightening and the fact that we're going to ease off quantitative tightening and then enact quantitative easing round about 25. This is not me really figuring this out. It's just reading. If you go to the FOMC website, it will tell you, hey, we anticipate this here and this here and this here. It's not really brain surgery. There's a lot of really, really, really smart people on the FOMC committee. How many people on the FOMC committee?
9.
12. 12. Almost there. You were getting there. You should have 9, 10, 11, 12. Just say that and you're good. So there's 12. How many years are they appointed for?
6.
14. Weird. And then these guys are like the chairman of the Bank of New York. They're appointed for 14 years, which is a very strange setup. But they're the guys really in the know. So when they forecast this stuff, they're not just newscasters going, whoa, it's going to fall apart. There's a lot of teeth to what they're saying. Anyway,
right. Time for a commercial.
If you need a badass loan, call a badass loan officer. You can reach your badass loan officer by calling Chris and Lee at New American Funding by dialing the numbers on the screen right now. This will disappear in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, bye.
Boom. All right.
Snowboarder, Hawaii. Can you snowboard in Hawaii? I like that. I do want to snowboard in Hawaii. I do want to snowboard.
Down the lava?
That'd be fun.
No, it wouldn't. Camacho 94. What's up, guys? Can I refinance a HELOC? Does it start over at time clock again? That's a good question.
HELOC is, I don't know if you're asking the right question, Camacho, so I'm going to clean that up for you. HELOC, home equity line of credit. So you have a line of credit, like a credit card. So if you take $10,000 out and you use that line of credit and then you paid it back and then you did it again, are you refinancing or are you reusing the line of credit?
What if he maintains a balance? I think that's what he's asking. He's maintaining a balance.
You can pay off a balance with another loan. You can, and it's not. Yeah, so if you're going to try and refinance a HELOC into another HELOC, maybe that's what you're saying, because the interest rates are that much better, what's the benefit for the bank? How much is the bank going to make? Because remember, as much as people do not like to hear this, the banks are a for-profit business, and they don't do it because you deserve a home or because you deserve to be able to fix your kitchen up. They do it because they're making money. So you have to look at it, how do they make their money?
So I'm going to say that yes, you are going to have a new term, whatever that term is. Mm-hmm. So like he said, you can refinance it into an installment loan, which is going to say 5, 10, 20, 30 years, or another line of credit, which could give you terms because HELOCs do have terms too. So yes, you'll have a new set of terms. I don't know if it's starting over, but yes, you'll have a new set of terms. Montana in the house, 94,415, 100K home loan, 9.5 interest rate. How can I invest? Wow.
Sounds like you already did.
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
Yeah, 100K home loan, 9.5 interest rate. How can I invest? Sounds like you invested because if you got a 9.5 interest rate, the only way I could get you that high of an interest rate is if you bought an investment property. Because it would be against the law for me. I think even at the height, I couldn't have gotten you a 9.5.
I'm going to go out on a limb here. I'm going to say that he accessed 100K. He has 100K now with a 9.5 interest rate. How can he invest that money? I'm going to guess he took those funds out and he's holding them, doesn't know what to do.
Oh, got it. Okay, cool.
Montana, is that correct?
Yep. Let's clean it up. Ocala 2, appreciate the follow. Montana, appreciate the follow. All those people that are following us, we appreciate you. I see you on Instagram. The waves, thank you very much. The thumbs up, we thank you. The balloons, heart us up. Let everybody know that the end is.
Please.
Throw the hearts out there. Throw the balloons out there.
Share
Put a mustache on this guy.
I'm going to put this data out.
Okay,
I'm going to put this data out, Lee. I'm going to put it out.
Put it out.
We are trying to take this podcast live thingy to the next level. We're trying to get on streaming television right now, literally. So please share this. We need more followers so we can take it to the next level, and you guys can watch us on our TV. Okay, code Piobo 2424. I have a 603 score, but 3 charge-offs. Can I get a $228,000 loan, and I have 8K down? Also,
maybe the 3 charge-offs could be a problem because when did those charge-offs happen? If they happened last week, we probably have a problem. If they happened 3 years ago, probably not a problem. So that does count. That doesn't.
What is a charge-off?
Charge-off means, hey, Coles, can I borrow $5,000 to get me some clothes?
Yes.
Cole says, yes, here's $5,000. I'm like, cool,
Yeah.
thank you. I love these clothes.
I love them too.
All right. Now, a year later, I'm like, you still want that money? I'm not even wearing the clothes anymore. I'm not even wearing them.
I want it.
I'm not wearing them.
Pay me.
I am not wearing the clothes.
You took out a loan.
I'm not paying you.
You borrowed money.
I'm not paying you.
You borrowed it though.
I'm not paying you.
Fine.
Okay,
We're
cool.
sending you to collections.
All right, go ahead and collect me.
Give me my money.
All right, no, I'm not paying you.
Give me my money.
Not paying you.
Fine.
Okay, cool. You give up on it. What are you going to do?
I'm going to write it off.
Cool. You're going to write it off? All right, so you're going to charge it off and use the system, and you get a tax deduction.
Okay, good.
Okay? I get the blemish of a charge-off for 7 to 10 years. Why? Because I really like those clothes. They were good clothes.
But you're not wearing them.
But I'm not wearing them, so why should I pay you? Well, that's a charge-off. Now, it's an indicator of how you deal with debt. If when things get rough or you don't like the clothes anymore, you stop paying your liabilities, that's not really a good thing for a bank to hear. Like, oh, you know what? I don't like the house anymore. It's the wrong color. I'm not paying you. Yeah, so charge-offs are an indication of how you deal with debt down the road. Charge-offs are a problem. Now, if it was 3 years ago and that was, hey, that's the old Lee, it's not the new Lee. Well, maybe. So let's take a look at your current, what's going on recently. And that you can actually make a case, a little bit of a case. That's the old Lee. That's not the new Lee. The new Lee pays his debts. The old Lee used to walk away. The new Lee doesn't. Like, okay, cool. Let's see all the debt that you've incurred in the last 3 years. You've incurred a lot of debt. Oh, you paid it all the time. You know what? I kind of agree with you. The new Lee is not the old Lee. So that's why I say, when was the charge-off? Because if it was 3 years ago, 4 years ago, 5 years ago, 7 years, it shows up for 10 years. So it's not something that credit's not a small thing. It's a big thing.
Now, speaking from experience, have you done loans with the 603 with 3 charge-offs and funded them?
Yes, but not all within the last year. If I have more than one charge-off or more than one active 30-day in the last year, it becomes very problematic.
But still possible.
Possible, but very problematic.
Not kill the dreams. Let's tell them the truth.
Okay, cool. Here's the truth. Can we do it? Maybe. We better have a lot of money.
Tasha, is a different process buying an auction or foreclosure home?
Okay. Tasha, this is a big misnomer out there. And the misnomer is this. That foreclosed homes are somehow in the basement section of real estate and they're horrible and nobody wants foreclosed homes. But here's the reality of it. The reality is, do you care what happened to that house before you bought it? All you care is market value, and that's what the market cares about. And if you think the banks are stupid and they take less money because it's a foreclosure, they don't care. There's a market. Whatever the market is, that's going to be the market value. Now, if it happened to have been foreclosed on, okay, cool. They went through a process. It's in the title. It shows it was foreclosed on. They clean up the title, and now they sell it to you. But do you think they sell it to you at a discount? No. It's a market. It's a market. Can you buy a foreclosure? Now, there is an occasion where you can walk in with $500,000 cash, and the bank will say, hey, listen, you got cash, not a loan. No. You got cash right now? We'll take 10% less. That does happen occasionally, but you have to be very rich. And do you know who does this? Do you know? And they don't even do it at below prices. They do it at above prices. BlackRock. Do you know who BlackRock is? Oh my God. Who's the other one? Vanguard. These guys are multi-billion-dollar, I even dare say trillion-dollar.
Trillion.
Yeah, trillion-dollar hedge funds, and they walk in and they buy houses They take it away from the market. And it's just a strange situation. In fact, there's a bill in front of the House right now to prevent them from being able to do it. It's going in front of the House because they're destroying the competitive market for the rest of the world. Anyway, too deep.
I forgot how they mapped it out, though. So if you go to GDPs, I think it's U.S., China, and the third one is a combination of BlackRock and Vanguard. That's how big they are.
Yeah, they're
country
huge.
big.
Yeah.
Kiara, tips for the first-time homebuyers who don't know where to start.
Kiara.
I love this.
Kiara, I got all the tips. Here's the tips. Call Chris and Lee. Just call Chris and Lee, and we're going to walk you through. The first thing you need to do is get pre-qualified. What? Pre-qualified. Why? Because here's what the inexperienced person does. They're like, hey, I'm thinking about buying a house. I'm going to start looking at open houses. What? No, don't start looking at open houses. I'm going to go by a builder and take a look at those. No, you don't even know it, but you're already caught up in a game. Because the game is very simple. It is the builder wants to get you in without a realtor. Because if they get you in without a realtor, they make commission. You don't even know you're about to get involved in this game. And if they get you in without a realtor, you're not going to have a fight to use their lender, so they get the commission on the lender. They get the commission on the front and the back of the realtor, the front and the back of the lender, and you don't even know what's happened yet because you're just looking at these, oh, these are pretty houses. Oh, they're pretty. First thing you do, you get pre-qualified. Then, after you're pre-qualified, you get a really good realtor, a really good agent, a really good one. Not a pretty one, not someone who's like, hey, I'm on the park bench, you want to use me? No, you need someone who actually understands this game. And then they will start sending you houses that you qualify for. So as you look at these houses, you go, I fell in love with this one. You can afford it. You can afford to fall in love with it. But if not, you're going to be the typical person who goes into an open house and goes, oh, I love this house. It's $700,000. Oh, how much do I qualify for? $350,000? Yeah, well, I guess I'm not going to look anymore. And then they get discouraged for 6 months.
Dang.
That's what happens.
That's truth. This is a long one. Hang in there, guys.
Yep.
Stevie Lopez. So a lot of people who are locked in at 2.5 and 3 are not selling anytime soon.
No.
You are very knowledgeable. Thank you for sharing your knowledge. So are the prices going up or keep going level off? Is it smart to finance and pull out 100 so you won't pay taxes
Dude, you have
on it in the
to
future?
give me one. I got to get one of these questions, man. Stevia,
So people aren't selling anytime soon.
too. So people aren't, the people in the low interest rates, unless you're in death, divorce, or diapers. Those are the reasons people sell right now. Death, divorce, and diapers. Diapers is only because I can't make that 2-bedroom work anymore because I got a kid and doesn't work. All right, cool. So death, obviously, someone died, you got to go. Divorce, I hate you. I don't care if I lose any money. Cool. Those reasons people sell. But only without that, if you got a 2.4 interest rate, don't sell. It's not to get rid of that rate and come into a 6.5 to 7%. Not very smart. Now, thank you for sharing your knowledge. We're here for you, Stevia. We appreciate you. Heart us up. Make sure the algorithm knows we're trying to help you out. Is it smart to finance pull $100,000 so you don't want to pay taxes on it in the future?
Look if he sells.
Yeah. So, Stevia. Maybe, but maybe not. I know that's a whole horrible answer. So, what are you going to do with $100,000? Because if you just keep it in the bank, I can tell you that inflation starts eating away, and there's no financial planners in the world that thinks it's a good idea. If you put it into a bond right now, well, the bond is going to pay less than the rate of inflation because that's how the market works. So you're going to actually lose money in that process. If you keep it in your house and you understand stepped up tax basis. Now you have to go to your CPA for this or your accountant because I'm not a CPA or an accountant. But if you understand stepped up tax basis and you understand how to increase your tax basis of your property, that $100,000 can be used a whole different way. Anyway,
Doomsday said, or bank statement loan. I'm assuming that you're hopping in on a previous question of someone that may not qualify for something for some reason. And yeah, that's a very widely used program nowadays because self-employed people, they don't necessarily claim the right amount of money. So you got to go with another loan that fits their need.
Yep.
Very informative, guys. Keep up the good work.
We
Thank
appreciate
you, Doomsday.
Doomsday. I like the name too. It's a little scary. It's like, hey, what's your name? I'm Doomsday.
It's not hard to scare you, man. Stevie Lopez.
Doomsday scares me, man. I don't know about you.
Doomsday.
I'm a little shaky.
You're a little sweaty too.
Oh, yeah.
How much does it cost to refinance a $500,000 house?
$500,000. Yeah.
Good
Yeah.
one. What about
500
fees?
grand.
How much
plus
is
costs?
fees?
Plus costs. If you're just doing a refinance, most of your refinance is going to cost you between probably 2,800 and 3,200, somewhere in that range. But it's going to look like a lot more. Why? Oh, this is a whole thing. Because in your current loan, there's something called an impound account. On your impound account is your property taxes. If you're living in a $500,000 house, your property tax impound account can range anywhere from $3,000 to $11,000. Well, when you pay off that loan, you're going to get that, call it $5,000 back. But in your new loan, you have to put that $5,000 back in, and they're going to guesstimate an increase. So it's going to be a little bit more than $5,000. So your costs are going to say, hey, wait a minute, I thought this refinance is only supposed to cost me $2,800 to $3,200. But how come it says $8,000? Well, because your impound account. And in about 30 days, you're going to get back the money from your old impound account because you paid off that loan and it's no longer good. What? Yeah, it's complicated.
It's very complicated. Marissa, I'm qualified for $250,000. Can I get a house that's $300,000 if I pay the 50 G's?
Maria, yeah.
You're good, Maria.
Call me.
Marissa.
Yeah, Marissa. Marissa Rice. Call me.
Ooh.
Call me. We'll help you.
Call him.
Yep.
Johnny C.
Somebody shared the live. We appreciate
What?
you.
I love that. Johnny C. or Johnny Monreal.
George. Dude, George.
Yeah, same thing.
Jorge.
How is the new commission paid by buyers going to affect?
It's crap, Johnny C. It's crap. It's crap.
CRAP.
It's crap. CRAP. Why? Because the $500,000 market is here. Okay? So your house is worth $500,000. Okay, what? Now, inside of this $500,000, there is going to be a commission paid 3% to the buyer, 3% to the seller. That's the established method, okay? Now, as soon as we're done with all this hoopla and after everybody sues everybody and the lawyers take 33% of whatever that lawsuit was worth, 33%. They make 33%. They made $100 million. The lawyers did. Okay, so after that, then the market price for that $500,000 house is going to be $500,000, and the buyer's agent is going to make roughly 3%, and the seller's agent is going to make roughly 3%, and the market is still going to be $500,000. It's not going to change anything. What you're doing is you're taking a bucket of water, and you're taking a 3% scoop and taking it out of this side and moving it over to the other side. It's going to be the same thing. Now, is there teeth to the argument? Yes. Here's why. Because the way the current system is, the seller pays for the buyer's agent. Now, wait a minute. If I'm paying for that agent has a fiduciary to me because I employed him. I paid him. And that's the crux of the argument. So, is it going to do anything? It's going to be a lot of hoopla. There's going to be a lot of realtors going, hey, this is how it's going to affect the market. It's going to crash. It's going to fall apart. No, it's not. And then you're going to have, oh, we don't know how things are going to happen. It's going to crash. It's going to fall apart. No, it's not. If they're already saying that, if you watch, it's like if you just put it one time into your feed, it's going to show up over and over and over and over again how it's falling apart. The world's falling apart, but it's not. What's up, Navy Mom Donna? Good to see you. So all of that stuff, nothing. It's a giant nothing burger once it works itself out. But it's a reason for realtors to get in front of you and go, well, times are difficult in these days, so you must turn to me because I am the authority. No.
That's a good try, though.
Yep.
Caesar, do you HELOC?
Do you even HELOC?
Yep.
Bro, do you HELOC?
Daily.
Do you HELOC
Daily.
one time?
Weekly.
How many different HELOC do you do?
Oh, man, like 8.
You do different. Do you HELOC 8?
I HELOC 8.
X8?
8.
Dude, Riz the HELOC.
Ocho.
Anyway.
So, yes, Caesar, we do HELOCs. Give us a call. Be lovely. When should I bid out of PMI?
I don't know what bid out of means.
I'm assuming get rid of it.
Yeah.
I'm going to assume some of these. How do you get rid of PMI? It's a difficult one, guys. This one's very irritating.
You take it.
Okay, here's what it is. What they're going to do is they're going to base it off your original value and your paid amount that you paid down. Okay? So let's say you bought the house at $500,000. They want you to be at 80% to not have it, and they will go to 78 to have it automatically fall off your original value. So if your house is worth $1 million or $2 million now, that's irrelevant. It's off the original value. Or you could just refinance out of it. Call us.
Doomsday says, hi, I'm with NewFi. NewFi? Is that New American Funding, maybe? No. Are you with New American Funding? NewFi? Maybe. I don't know.
Sharon's JV. I'm about to get retro pay. 8 years back. Was thinking of paying off my mortgage.
Sharon S. JV. Maybe a good idea, but maybe not. Maybe a good idea, but maybe not.
Cash is king.
Well, yeah, because here's why. Let's say that your mortgage is at 2.3%. That's very cheap money. That's very cheap money. Very cheap money. If you went in today, I'm not your investment advisor, so keep that up front. But if you went in today and you bought a CD, you'd make more money than the 2.3% that you're paying on the interest. So think about that. It does depend on what your interest rate is at. It depends on what's your tax problem. If you make over $100,000 a year, by far, your biggest expense is taxes, income tax. And you have two big write-offs in our system. I'm not your tax advisor. You have two big write-offs in our system. Kids, and if you have kids, you know, whatever you wrote off, it doesn't even come close to covering it. And then the other one is mortgage. And that one is your biggest write-off in the system. So if you pay it off, you just lost your biggest write-off. Now, if you're retired, maybe that's a good thing for you. But if you're currently earning, you should really consider this with your accountant, CPA, whatever you talk to.
Yeah, or maybe
By the way, a lot of people are trying to scam you and scare you all the time. We're here to stop that.
He's here to stop that. So you can also probably maybe buy another property. Maybe put an ADU on your property. Call Lee, he'll talk to you about that.
Okay.
User Knight2904. I have a 650 credit score here in New York City. Same job, 27 years. Can I get a mortgage? Can I get a mortgage? That's kind of like a rap song.
27 years.
New York City, man.
Dude, they should have let you retire at 20, man. Dude. That's scary. That's just scary. Even at 20. Well, I don't know. What do you do for 27 years?
Whatever you want.
I guess.
It's America.
27 years? Yeah. I mean, it's a simple answer. You know the answer. 650 credit score in New York City, 27 years. It boils down to your income. But 27 years. Dude, we got a lot of people sharing, following the host. We appreciate you. Murchie PR. That looks like a...
Mr. Abel.
Mr. Abel. What's up, Mr. Abel?
Lorenzo.
Something Lorenzo. We're here for all of you guys. Cool.
Do you have knowledge about construction loans? Asked Mr. Abel.
I have a lot of knowledge about them. I do. I also know I don't do construction loans. I do know that FHA has called a one-time construct, and VA has a one-time construct, and USDA has a weird version of one-time construct. They're very difficult. Very, very difficult. Construction is its own category. We don't deal in construction loans. Sorry.
Johnny C, but isn't passing the 3% to the buyer? Some or most won't have that extra? Question mark.
Johnny C. First off, the first thing that's happened is they've come to an agreement, but the judge hasn't sat down and go, hey, you know what? I kind of like this agreement. I'm putting it into law. That hasn't happened. But they can scare the shit out of you with it, so they're doing it. They're like, hey, scary, 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 scary. What are you going to do without my excellent tutelage? Oh, my God, how am I going to get paid? Oh, realtors are going to die. Oh, the industry's going to die. Oh, loan officers are going to die. Everybody's going to die. No, they're not. It's not. It's not going to happen that way. So they've decided, hey, guys, let's not get that involved, the courts. Let's just, you and I settle this, and how about I just give you $140 million? Is that good with you? Lawyers want 1/3, but yeah, how about I just give you 100? All right, you know what? Yeah, we'd rather not get down. Now, the court has to come in and sign off on it. So if they do, great. The only loan so what it says right now, it's real simple what it says. It says, hey, yeah, you have to put everything in full disclosure. You can't put stuff in an MLS that is hidden so the buyer can't see it. Because here's what was happening. They're going, hey, listen, I got this $500,000 house. I'm willing to pay the buyer who brings me the client 2%, 3%, 4%, whatever percent they want. The client doesn't even know. Buyer doesn't even know. It's kind of a little secret thing that was going on behind the scenes. And what the lawsuit says is, yeah, you can't do that anymore. It's got to be transparent. So it's not really a factor. It is a factor for one loan only, after it's signed in. After it's signed in. After. And that's VA loan. Because the VA loan currently says that the buyer cannot pay for his realtor. That's a problem. That's the only place it's a problem. But the VA will come in and do something about it pretty fast. It's simple.
SFC Mikey P. Can I get a HELOC on a home that doesn't have a mortgage? Yes. The answer is yes.
Yes.
You can get or you can get a second.
Uh-huh.
Or you can get first. Actually, that would be a first, huh? Yeah.
Well, if it's a HELOC, it's not a first because it's a home equity line of credit.
It would be in first position.
It would be in first position. You're correct. Yeah.
So the answer is yes, Mikey. We could we could chop this up a bunch of different ways, but the answer is yes. The AG family. Can you repeat what you guys just said about PMI?
Yes. What did you say? What'd you
So,
say?
in order to remove mortgage insurance and not refinance, okay, that's the thing, not refinance. You have the original amount that you borrowed and the original value of the property. It will automatically fall off as long as you pay this down to 78%. If it's conventional only, not FHA. FHA is for life. Conventional only. Or you can refinance. Now, if you pay it down to 80, I don't care what it's worth today. It could be worth millions. But if you pay it down to 80, you can call the bank and ask them, but it will automatically come off at 78 from the original value, original loan amount.
And by their numbers, not by yours. You can't go, hey, Zillow says it's worth $700,000 and Redfin says it's worth $700,000. The bank don't give a shit. They have their own version and they have to come up with their numbers.
And that's it. Doomsday, back in the house.
Oh, dude, FD New York. Dude, I saw that.
Where is it?
Fire Department, New York, 27 years and still going. Hey, much respect to you.
Thank you.
Super respect, especially in New York. Snap quiz. I was a snap pop quiz. Not even pop quiz, just fun fact. I was a Los Alamos County firefighter for 2 years of my life. That was a wonderful profession. It was amazing. The camaraderie was amazing. We ate ridiculous amount of good food that we cooked inside. The camaraderie was great. And it was just an amazing life. I tell people, listen, if you're not chasing the almighty dollar and you want to do good for people, firefighter, it's a really good way to go. It's a really good career. At 27 years, you're probably a captain, battalion commander, something like that. Well, a driver engineer. I don't know if this terms still work, but
Joe Rogan actually said today, I listened to the podcast today, and he said, fireman's probably the best job to have as long as there's no fires. Because when there is a fire, there's a lot of work. But no fires, you guys get to...
I disagree, man. When it's no fires, you're sitting in the house all day long.
No, you can work out.
No, I was great at ping pong, man, dude.
You could work at ping pong. I was great at ping pong. Badass meals all the time.
I was great at ping pong. Yeah. I learned how to cook in the fire.
Camaraderie, too.
You cook bad in the firehouse, you'll learn fast. You will learn fast. They will let you know.
10 other guys are like, this sucks.
Yeah, but I will say that it was more fun when there was a lot of calls coming in. I mean, the bells would go off, the adrenaline would fly, adrenaline fly. Before you know it, boom, shift over.
Circus Mouse, no puedes dejar el chicle. Okay. User 2904, thank you for answering. Javier, my ninja. 3 rentals in North Carolina on 2 loans with a W-2 at $200K a year. How can I use my rentals to set off my income?
Okay. Javier, my ninja. Let me do it Denzel style. My ninja.
Yeah, that didn't sound like Denzel.
That's right. I tried. Right. Cool. So I'm not an accountant. I'm not a CPA. I'm going to give you a little bit of advice that isn't worth anything, but it's going to be advice anyway because that's what I'm going to call it. Here's what you do. You understand that as a loan officer, I can add back in depletion and depreciation because everything that you write off goes away. You didn't earn it except for depletion and depreciation. If on your Schedule E or your tax returns of whatever sort you use, I see depletion and depreciation, I can go, hey, you know what? That extra $100,000, I could bring it back, give it to you. You didn't have to pay Uncle Sam because you wrote it off, and your income goes up. Hope that helped.
There you go. Kim Dad, do collections affect my chances of getting a mortgage? The same question in the same day, different person.
You take it.
Okay, maybe. Like Lee said earlier, if it's a newer collection, chances are a little bit more difficult. If it's an older collection, a lot easier. But I'll tell you this, if it's a year or older and you only have one very minimal amount, maybe 3, up to 3, it should be fine. But it does affect your credit. Charge-offs affect your credit score. They don't affect you buying a house. So charge-off, we can just ignore it, but it does affect your credit score, and it does have it on your credit report, which is going to read. So the chances are very good if it's old, not so, a little bit challenging if it's new.
Engly says, hello. What's up, Engly? Great to see you. Hero and Pearl. Should I invest in tax lien? I will not tell you where you should invest.
Why not?
That's an investment advisor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm not an investment advisor.
We do loans, guys.
We do loans. We do
doing good, too.
Yeah, we're very good at them. Very good. I have bought tax liens, though. I bought a lot of tax
bought
liens.
tax liens?
I bought a lot of tax liens. I own a lot of raw land because I bought tax
I
liens.
spent a lot on taxes.
I haven't made any money off of those. Just so you'll know, I haven't made any money. Yeah, I'm not telling you what to invest or not.
So you want to go to the steps of the courthouse and buy houses? That's what they're talking about, right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, hope that works. I got 3 collections. I got my 710 FICO score on mortgage. What do I qualify for? I don't know. How much do you make?
Yeah, how much money you got coming in every month that we can tell the bank and the IRS, and they will all agree that you did bring that in.
Man, you know what it is? It's time for commercial.
Oh, you need a badass loan? Call a badass loan officer. You can reach your badass loan officers, Chris and Lee at New American Funding. You can reach them by dialing the number on your screen right now. Call us, but wait till the live's over. Bye.
All right. Who's next? Ed Weezy, you on this? Ed Weezy's back in the house, man. Remember Ed Weezy?
Yes.
All right. What happens if I have a job change after getting pre-approval, but before closing on a home?
Well, if you had us as your loan officer, Ed Weezy, no problem.
Ooh,
No problemi. No
Good answer.
problemi.
Good answer, man.
Miami.
Good
No
answer.
problem.
Good answer.
Cool. Alfonso Bueno. Oh. Thanks for the help, guys. Just moved
No
in this
way.
weekend.
Mr. Bueno, you're welcome.
What does that mean, Alfonso Bueno? What does that mean? Does that mean you are a homeowner because you watched Chris and Lee and took some of that advice? I want to know, and I want everybody else to know. Congratulations,
I
Alfonso.
want to know.
Yeah.
Hello. The more you save, how does that help? Buying, purchase get higher? Why lenders ask for 640? Ask Keisha.
Okay, Keisha, your lender isn't, I don't know what your lender's asking. I can tell you that if you were coming to me, I would say I can do a 3.5% down FHA with 580 FICO. 580. Way less than 640. I can do a conventional Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac 5% down with 620. 620. Way less than 640. Hey, if you've got enough down payment, 10% or more, I can do an FHA loan with 500 FICO. 500 FICO. Or if you're a veteran, I don't even need to know your FICO. It doesn't matter. There's no guideline requirement for FICO on a VA loan. So I don't know why you're talking about lenders. I can tell you that he's a licensed loan officer, NMLS number
1066958.
Mine's 944254. And I can tell you that those are the guidelines that I would tell you, and then I would help you get a house.
So let me clear that up. We can do 640. They're asking. It looks like they're asking you for reserves. It looks like there's overlays with this lender.
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing bad against them. They're probably just newer. That being said, yeah, call us. We'll help you. You can get a house at 640, no problem.
Yeah, we don't beat up on other lenders.
Sure, they're great.
Yeah, that could be great, could be great. Hey, listen, everybody was new at one time. Everybody. The brand new surgeon has to mess up a lot before he gets good. That's the truth of the matter. Now, I've been doing finance since 1992. You do the math. I don't like doing that. How long have you been doing finance for?
2006.
2006. Oh my God, dude, that's a long
Almost
time.
20 years, man.
Almost 20 years. Yeah, mine's.
I didn't
Don't do
have
the math
these.
on mine.
I didn't have
Don't-
these.
You didn't have gray hairs.
Nope.
Don't do the math on mine because he'll scare you. But anyway,
Too much math.
every brand new loan. In fact, when somebody joins the loan business, I tell them the most important thing you can do. It's not get a high commission. It's not learn how to fund a whole bunch of loans. It's not. It's find the right mentor. Because if you don't, you're going to hurt a lot of people. When you have somebody who actually understands what's going on, it will keep you from hurting people. I remember when I joined the loan business, my mentor said, Lee, you go out and hustle, do whatever you do. My job is just to make sure you don't hurt people. So before you send anybody shopping, I want to see every loan you got. I did it. She helped me. Shout out to Tacy. She helped me a whole bunch. And I thought that was amazing advice. She said, I'm not trying to hold you back. You be whoever you're going to be. I'm just going to keep you from hurting people.
Okay.
Wow, that was pretty intense.
Yeah. Dennis, how to get seller's credit in a seller's market? Man.
First off, we're in a buyer's market right now.
Yeah, I think he's just asking the question.
Yeah. Seller's credit in a seller's market, the only way you can do that is really overpay for the house, but it's probably not going to appraise. So right now we're in a buyer's market. The reason we're in a buyer's market is because when the house hits the market at $500,000, there's not a lot of buyers out there. And because there's not a lot of buyers, the buyers that do exist get to call the shots. They get to say, hey, listen, your $500,000 house has been on the market for 45 days. Yeah, I want a discount on that house. And you know what the seller has to say? Yes, sir, Mr. Buyer. I will give you a discount if you please buy my house so I can move to Florida. That happens every day.
All right. Egnly. How do you pronounce it? Engly?
Go.
Okay, so he makes $7K a month. He makes $7K a month. This is the one that says he has a 710 FICO and 3 collections. So what does that get you? $7K a month.
Well, depending on where you're at, probably 340, 350, 360 with no debt. I have to know what your debt is. So with no debt, somewhere in that range.
He said, "Yes, sir, Alfonso. You moved in already, Alfonso? When did we fund that loan? When did it close? Was that Friday?
I think so.
So you moved that fast?
Congratulations,
Oh
man.
my gosh.
So, by the way, we do help people across the nation. Across the nation.
Thursday.
Holy no kidding.
Cow.
That's crazy.
That is
so I think he met us here, right? Alfonso Bueno met us here.
Yeah.
Alfonso Bueno met us here. I don't usually out people's name, but he's putting it out here. He met us here. He asked some questions. I think his lane was a little difficult. There was some hiccups and stuff, but we solved them all. That's what we do. And that's it. I'm telling you, the loan officer gig is not an easy gig. For people who come in and say, hey, it's real easy. It's not. It's hard. There's all kinds of hiccups, and nobody's life is perfect. There is no perfect life. So we find problems, we find deals, we find ways around the deal, we find another way, then another way, then another way, then another way. And we just keep attacking it until somebody owns a house. We're very happy for you, Alfonso.
Camacho with the bad news. Spring EQ denied my loan, already paid escrow inspection and appraisal. Can it be saved? Maybe.
Yeah.
So, I mean, what's the reason? What's the reason why Spring EQ didn't do it? You're obviously going non-QM. This is not traditional financing.
Yeah.
So what happened, Camacho? You got to let us know.
Yeah, and did they put a formal denial? Here's what happens. When the underwriter comes back and they say, hey, listen, I'm going to deny this loan. They tell me, and they usually give me 24 hours notice. And I say, please don't deny it. Kick it back for a loan officer restructure. Here's why. Because if it's let's just go with FHA for the month. If it's FHA, it will go in FHA Connect as another underwriter denied it. If it's VA, it will go into VA as underwriter denied it. There's ways that underwriters talk to each other on the back end so that they can say, hey, wait a minute. Before I approve this, somebody else denied it. I'm not so sure I want to risk my license. What do I not know?
So for this one, can it be saved? Possibly. The biggest deal here is your agent and the amount of time you have left in contract. So that's going to be your biggest concern.
Yeah.
Plus, did you release any contingency so we could save some of your deposit? So
yeah.
I spoke to you, I think, on Thursday. So give me a call, Camacho. Let's talk about it.
Okay.
Keisha has a 620. Good, Keisha.
Right. Keisha, it's a great start. Yeah. Is it coming from a loan officer or is it coming from your app? If it's coming from a loan officer, it's real. If it's coming from your app, you don't know what you have.
It should be coming from a loan officer because she said loan officer said they want 640.
Oh, I got it. Okay.
But 620? As long as you make the income, I think you're already good to go. Dennis, what's the point of VA loan if the mortgage will still be high and if we put less on a down payment? Dennis, that's a decent question.
That's a decent question. Yeah, I'll give you that. So, Dennis, the VA loan is a great loan. It's a great loan. There is one downside to it, maybe two now, but it hasn't solided itself up yet. But the VA loan is a great loan. Let me hit it from an angle that you'll get this real quick. If you went FHA, you have to ensure that you will not default. And because of that, FHA says, hey, I need you to pay mortgage insurance. How much? 0.55. It's a lot, 0.55, okay? Well, if you went Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac, they're like, hey, you're not putting a lot of money down, so I need you to insure in the event that you walk away. What do they want? They want mortgage insurance, and we have to shop that. And that's going to be based off of your credit score and a few other things. So it's going to be anywhere from 0.30 to all the way 1.31. It's a lot of money. If you go VA, the VA says, I'll cover the mortgage insurance. No mortgage insurance for this guy. None.
No down payment?
None.
No mortgage insurance?
None. So there's some that you probably didn't see the first time you looked at it. So there's no mortgage insurance for a VA, which gives you more buying power. So what a VA guy can, let's say you make $10,000 a month, and I put that up against an FHA loan and a conventional loan, well, the MI is going to drop their buying power, and not drop yours. So you have the power to buy a little bit more than anybody else because there's no mortgage insurance. Zero down for you. Zero down right now. Zero down. Okay, cool. Now, the rates are still the rates, still government loan. The FHA and VA rates are about the same. They're pretty much competitive. So if it's a high interest rate environment, high interest rate. If it's a low interest rate environment, low interest rate. But you're going to have these two competitive advantages. Now, there is one big downside, the VA funding fee. The VA funding fee can be very expensive, as much as 3.6% in some instances. However, if you're 10% service connected or more and you have a knowledgeable loan officer, you can get that VA funding fee waived. If you have an unknowledgeable loan officer, sometimes you pay it and you don't even know you didn't have to. And the other downside is, if this lawsuit actually, for NAR, if it actually pans out, right now, the way the guidelines are written, the VA does not allow the veteran to pay for the realtor. It's a little iffy right there.
Okay. Dennis, I'm in the East Coast, specifically New Jersey. Highest offer was $330 over asking. $330,000 over asking.
Oh my God.
And 21 offers. So this
my God.
We've been telling you about this, guys. The competition's coming out of the woodwork. So you first-time home buyers that are waiting for the rate to drop, there's going to be more of this in the near future.
Oh my God, 21 offers, dude.
$330 over asking, Dennis? Clarify that.
$330, yeah, that's a lot, dude. That's a lot. Good for you. Good for you.
Joe Cuts won. I make $120K a year, and I got denied pre-approval on a 305 loan, taking them $14K with the 574. 574.
Joe,
Yeah.
Joe, that FICO is not a small deal. It's a very big deal, because the FICO is your ability and willingness more importantly, to pay your liabilities that you borrowed in the past. So if you have a 574 FICO, something caused that. It didn't just show up 574. So something in your past made the bank go, I'm not so sure this is a good risk. So we have to look at it through a different set of eyes. We have to go, okay, what is hurting us? Let's go after that. And then we clean that up. FICO goes up, get you a house.
Yeah, there you go. Dennis, every home is over asking price, 100K plus. Over, how can someone compete with that? You can't.
Yeah.
You can't. This is why we're telling people, get pre-qualified now. Get out there now, because you're going to lose the ability.
And 100K over ask?
Starting. Every home is asking overpriced.
Where is he at? Is that New York again?
New Jersey.
New Jersey?
He's saying more down there too.
Okay, all right, cool.
We'll see
so, yeah, it's appraisal. VA will go to appraisal amount. So let's just say that they ask, by the way, this is a strategy. I worked with a realtor this weekend, and she said, hey, I said, what's the fair market value of this house? And she says, $600,000. And I said, cool, what you listed for? $575. I said, wait, you just told me the fair market value was $600,000. And she goes, yeah, it is. And I said, but your list for $575. And she goes, yeah, because it's opening weekend. I'm like, why would you do that? And she goes, because every realtor out there is going to know the fair market value is $600,000, and they're going to call me. And I'm just going to tell them, give me your highest and best. Highest and best. Because if it's too low, we're not even going to counter. And you know what? Sure enough, I asked on Monday what happened. And she said, well, I got 11 offers. And I said, how many of 575? She said, none. None. Zero. None. And I said, but that's what you listed at. She says, yeah, but anybody who has a realtor knows that what I'm doing. So I got like a handful, 4 of them at 600,000, and I got 3 of them above 600. We took one at 610 or something like that, and then we have someone in backup at 610 right there. And I said, so is this a strategy? And she's like, yeah, of course. This is, in this market, this is how you do it. But it's not how you do it in every market. So you could be in that same type of situation. Now, here's the problem with that. People will come in above, but it doesn't appraise. If it doesn't appraise, you got to cover the difference, especially on a VA loan. So if you offer, so let's just say that same strategy, 575, but you came in at 610, and the house appraises for 610, the VA will do 610. Doesn't matter what it was listed at. It matters what it appraises at. So hope that helped.
Yeah. Nana, our FHA program. Nana's back. What's up, Nana?
What's up, Nana?
Our FHA program is used everywhere, or are there specific locations, please?
All across the nation, but the home must be FHA approved or the condo. Condos are tough. A lot of people are like, hey, I'll just use an FHA to get a condo. Yeah, condos have special rules, and not all condos are FHA approved. I'd say 30%. Would you say that? 30%?
Yeah, safe.
30% of condos are FHA approved.
Yeah. So all 50 states?
All 50 states.
We got licensed in
all
50
50,
states.
even New York, even New Jersey, everywhere.
Dennis, yes, East Coast is bad.
Yes.
That's the highest offer record in New Jersey, 330 over asking.
Congratulations. That's great.
Wish I had that house.
I know, that's a good, what was the price?
Yeah, what was asking price?
What was purchase price? For asking
Well, it's going to
purchase.
be 300 above the asking.
I don't want to do 330. I don't do math.
I know
man.
you're bad.
I don't want to do
We all
math.
know. Even for a 203K home, have offers over 50K.
No shit.
Dang, market is wild.
Dude, are you a realtor? Dennis, are you a realtor? Are you an investor, flipper? What do you do? Talk to us.
So those people on here that are saying, you guys are just trying to scare people and they want them to buy houses, blah, blah, blah. No, this is the reality, guys.
Yeah.
This is what we've seen in 2020 and 2021. This is not news to us. That we're just repeating history. That is all. Joe, you guys have awesome. That fixes credit. That can help. Oh, yeah. Do you have someone?
Yes, on the links above this, you're on TikTok. Yeah, you're on TikTok. We appreciate everybody, by the way. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. We appreciate all of you guys. There's a link at the top of our TikTok that will say, get your credit fixed. We actually work with these people. They take our phone calls and they do what they can to help you. It's a kind of a do-it-yourself thing. There's some others that we use. They're a little more expensive. They will hand walk you through the process. These guys are the cheapest. So that's a way to go. If not, call me. We'll help you out.
Yeah, heck yeah. Investor bought my first house, 3-unit property, and making cash flow right now. Good job,
Dennis. Badass, man. Good for you. Love to hear that shit.
Yeah, the difference is out of pocket.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yep, absolutely.
You gotta have big cash, guys. If you, those of you that are waiting for the low interest rates, you better have that extra cash to make up the difference.
The pent-up demand's insane right now.
What Dennis is talking about is not going away.
Yeah, the pent-up demand. What is pent-up demand?
What is pent-up demand?
Okay, pent-up demand. Let's just say this year across the country, there's 30,000 people. 30,000 that want to buy a house this month. Okay, what month are we in?
We're in March.
March. Okay, so we're in March. 30,000 in March. 30,000. But the interest rates are too high. Okay? So these people, do you think they're forever going to not want to buy a house or just can't do it right now?
Just can't right now.
Okay, cool. So they're going to set aside. There's 30,000. But that has happened in February, January, December, for the last 18 months. Now we have 30,000 people for every month that wanted to buy a house, but they're just waiting. That's called pent-up demand. As soon as the interest rates go down, the floodgates open. Okay, so cool. You got a house on the market for $500,000 right now. $500,000. Okay, it hits the market. You get 5 offers in the first week. 5 offers. That's reasonable. Cool. Some are low, some are at, some are high. Cool. That's the market. As soon as this pent-up demand comes in, that $500,000 hits the market. 30 offers on Monday. Yeah. 30. Guess how many are above? Almost all of them. There's a few in there that are geniuses. They're like, hey, I'll just go for less because I'm going to lowball them. No, you're not even going to get called back. It's a very ugly lesson.
Not even a counter.
Yeah, it's a very ugly lesson. They're like, Lee, they didn't even call me back. I was like, did you lowball them? Well, I offered a fair price. Did you lowball them? Yes. Okay, cool. They're not going to call you back. Why? Because it's business. It's too busy. Well, why wouldn't they even call me? Because they got 10 more offers above asking. Why would they play a game with you? Why would they play a game with you? They won't. They'll move on. That's an ugly lesson. You need to learn it if you're going to buy a house.
Hell yeah. Damn. Dennis, currently deployed. Thank you for your service, Dennis.
Appreciate you, Dennis.
But I plan on buying more properties. Generation wealth.
Yes, do it, Dennis.
That property closed at 1.2. That's the 3-unit.
3. So it's 900,000 listed, dude. Well, 870,000 listed. See, I did math.
And other millionaires. K Solo Experience, i.e. yes, Inland Empire in the house. We're out of Riverside, California, but we do loans where?
All 50 states, even New York, even Hawaii, even New Jersey, even Chicago,
Chi-Town. Give me another one, man. I'm having
That's
fun.
Illinois. It's not. You're supposed to say that's not a.
Oh, but
that's not a city. Yeah, but you're supposed to say it's not a state. It's
but
a
it's
city.
hot and cold all the time.
You're right. Well, I could say New York, but you could say that's not a state.
Is that hot? That's hot and cold all the time.
That's a city. New York's a city.
No, it's yes.
It is a city. I know that for a fact.
Yes.
And it's a state.
And there's a California city too.
What? There is. Yeah. There's California
and
City.
A Florida city.
They don't even they don't call it California. They call it California City.
Cali.
They call it California City.
You help Washington? Have you not been paying
Washington,
attention, Park?
Yes, all 50 states. You know how many? 50. You know how many states there are in the Union? 50.
Union? We're in the Union?
Yes.
Do we pay dues?
That got weird. It's
called taxes.
There's 48 contiguous states, 2 that are not connected. What are the 2 that are not connected?
Hawaii.
Alaska and Hawaii. Do we do loans there?
Alaska's connected through Canada.
Okay.
It's not disconnected.
Cool. Will my bankruptcy affect our chance of FHA?
Maybe.
Tierra Stone. If you declare bankruptcy, depends on what kind. If you did a Chapter 7, let me tell everybody what it doesn't know what it is. Chapter 7 is, oh my God, I got myself in a lot of debt. Screw it. System, just eat it all. And I want a fresh start, please. Just take it all. I don't care anymore. I'm walking away from all of it. It's all gone. That's chapter 7. Chapter 13. Oh, I got myself in a lot of debt. Oh my God. No, I don't want to walk away from my debtors. Courts, can you please make this so that I can pay it off? I'm not walking away from anything. I'm going to restructure, reorganize, and pay everybody back. That's a 13. So, the system looks at them different. If you just said, screw it, system, take all my debts because I don't know how to handle things. Mandatory waiting period for a 7. 2 years for FHA, 4 years for Fannie Freddie. If you did a chapter 13, I can literally do it while you're in the 13. Literally, as long as you made the payments on time and the right amount of payments. As long as you've done that, I can literally finance you while you're in bankruptcy.
Boom. So what that means is if you're interested in getting your home loan started, go to the link up top, click on apply now, or call us or text us. And I'm going to give you about a few seconds to screenshot this because we're about to leave.
No, let's do rapid fire. We're going to rapid fire? No, we don't have time for rapid fire, huh?
We don't. I'm Chris. Let's leave.
We've been Chris and Lee. We appreciate you. We're out.